Hey, this is Kat from Red Mountain Shaman, and I share shamanic wisdom through dreams, visions, nature, synchronicities, intuition, channeling, art, music, photography, and shamanic journeys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a few prophecies that I saw fulfilled, and then I'm going to be sharing a shamanic journey that gave me some insight as to the energy of this coming year. I'm also going to be sharing a channeled message from the angelic collective Ananda, and at the end I will share a oracle card that relates to that message. And I'm going to start with these prophecies that I've noticed came to pass quite quickly. So last month I put out a video called Who Are the Kings and Queens of New Earth, and Will Yeshua Return? In that video I talk about a vision I had of waves moving across the earth, and actual physical waves as well as earth events, and Yeshua's return as a solar being of light rather than another physical incarnation. There was also a message about migration and people moving to places they feel called to by spirit. Well, on the first day of the year, there was a massive succession of waves on the west coast. There were also earthquakes across the globe and a massive solar flare, as well as a tsunami in Japan. That was day one of 2024. So all of that was prophesied in that video. I've also been speaking about the revealing of corruption for several years now, and we have finally seen the beginning of the Epstein files begin to roll out. In 2019, I was told that many people would begin to leave the planet in the coming years, and so now we are seeing a worldwide all-cause excess death rise. I recommend Dr. John Campbell's channel if you'd like to keep up with what's happening in that department. There is another woman called Tina Spalding who also channels Yeshua or Jesus and Ananda. I haven't been able to find anyone else who channels the Ananda collective besides her, so if you know of anyone, let me know in the comments. In one of her videos I saw a couple years ago, she got a message that the Big C would be on the rise as a result of the recent medical experiment. So now we're seeing kind of an explosion of the Big C manifest, and I myself have a few family members with it and friends who have passed away from it. There will always be naysayers and those who are programmed to believe receiving messages from spirit is evil or demonic, and it can be if you're connected to that kind of energy. But I am listing a few of these things that have come about so that we, and I say we as because I myself am included as one of my own worst skeptics, but that we can have some faith, a measure of faith in what the higher angelic realms and the ascended masters are speaking to us. Some information can take years to manifest, and sometimes information can manifest within weeks, as in my last experience. I recommend going back and watching that video I made about the Kings and Queens of New Earth for more detailed information in that channeling, and then comparing it with the events that literally started happening on the first day of the year of 2024. That being said, I will get into the shamanic journey that I did this weekend, which seemed to portray with imagery some of the upcoming energy of 2024. The first thing that happened in this journey was the appearance of a white wolf. Suddenly, he raced past me at top speed so fast I couldn't even get on the sled. He was pulling this sled through the snow. I assume this is a metaphor for very fast energy continuing this winter and possibly throughout the year. It feels like event after event and reveal after reveal is going to continue to ramp up or speed up or accelerate. Then I saw a row of men in suits. They all had gaudy golden crowns on, and one by one the crowns began to slide off their heads. Not that wearing a suit is inherently bad, but when I think about all the people in charge of false power structures and what they wear, it's usually CEOs of big corporations, people in charge of three-letter institutions, church leaders, political leaders. This could simply represent people in power beginning to step down, or loss of power within these false power structures, as more and more people begin to witness the corruption within them. I saw something similar with the churches. I saw the steeples on these churches begin to topple over. This could be representative of the continued exposure and fall of the corrupt religious structures. And right after that, I had a vision of the children holding hands in a circle and being healed around the tree of life. So there may be a connection with religion and the children, or just more revelations about who and what is continuing abuses of the innocent. After this, I saw a man in Middle Eastern clothing. I'm still not quite sure what this is about, but it may have to do with continued conflict in that area, possibly archaeology coming forward, possibly a revealing of who is manufacturing these conflicts in the area, but we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, this next vision is kind of a funny one, but I saw a chicken and an egg. I have no idea what this is about, and this is another one we're just going to have to see how that plays out, but I personally eat eggs just about every day, and after I found a good farm that has beautiful dark orange free-range eggs that taste amazing, I can no longer tolerate factory-farmed eggs from caged, stressed chickens in horrible conditions. I also think that we've been lied to about the health effects of eggs and meat and dairy in general. Some people can be sensitive to different things, and everybody has a different body, but I think in generally there's definitely been a narrative that's been pushed about, naturally farmed food and ranching in general. And we can already see farmers beginning to rise up against the governments that are oppressing them. I think more people on an awakening path seem to be gravitating towards raising their own food, or at least moving away from the big cities and supporting more humane and sustainable farming practices. More people seem to be becoming aware of the fact that highly processed food is causing an epidemic of disease in us and even in our pets. 2 excellent documentaries I recommend watching about this are one called Love Paleo and another one called Pet Fooled. I'll see if I can put the links to those films in the comments. The next thing I was shown was a pine tree, and I feel like it represents the miracle of eternal life, and that all of our loved ones who are leaving the planet are given this gift. The last thing I saw was a zebra spirit animal. The zebra is very hard to tame and put a saddle on. They cannot be subdued or domesticated in this way. They're very free-spirited. They are migratory. They have a crossover energy with the lion when protecting what is theirs. They are bold, and they represent being bold with your voice and opinions. Their stripes can represent light and dark, paradox, opposing forces, duality, and yin-yang energy, and coming into balance and centering ourselves within that energy. Zebras represent uniqueness, adaptability, clarity, determination, socialization, and unity. They represent strength and the power of free will. All of this relates to the coming energies of 2024. And now for the message from the angelic collective, Ananda. Greetings, dear one. We meet with you within the light of the Most High, as you have requested the guidance and stamp of approval from the Creator in your prayer and intentions today. As your intentions are powerful, so it is. We give you our wisdom freely, as our wisdom is your wisdom, as you are us, and as we are you. Fear not the coming energies, as you can maintain a vibration of peace and be grounded as you choose your frequency by your own thoughts and actions. Do not allow the lower frequencies of chaos to affect you. You are your own ship, and you are the captain of that ship. When you feel your ship moving off course, or you feel your frequency lowering, ask yourself a few questions. Who am I allowing to take over the wheel of my ship? Who am I allowing to board my ship? What radio calls or frequencies from outside forces or outside so-called authorities am I allowing to come through to my ship? What kind of territory or weather am I moving my ship into? What circumstances am I allowing my ship to move through that are not beneficial to keeping my ship in top condition? What kind of fuel am I putting into my ship? What kind of entertainment, events, and music am I allowing on my ship? Do you catch our meaning with this teaching? Whatever else is happening around your ship can often be of little consequence to you if you take control of your own vessel and path. Many interesting things will be happening this year within the fast-moving energy of 2024. This is a year of revolution of the soul, revolution of your world, the beginning of something new and beautiful. Stand in neutrality within the opposing forces that swirl around you, and look within yourself to your own essence. What do you want to contribute to making the world a better place and a more beautiful place? How do you want to improve your own ship? Are there additions you would like to begin making to your ship? Are there things that need to be torn down on your ship? Be at one with the Creator and allow for your own voice to push through the darkness and bring your own unique gifts to shine. Not everyone may like what you have to say or offer, but be authentic and true to your own soul anyway. You cannot create a new world by remaining in old energy. Be a pioneer, be a way shower, be a lighthouse. Those who have eyes to see and ears to hear will benefit from your unique abilities. Let go of those who seek a different path, for all have free will and all evolve in their own time. As you see different people choosing different timelines, stay the course of love and creation. What others are doing is their business. What you are doing is your business. Give of yourself freely to those who seek you out, but cease allowing your energy to go where it is not appreciated and not asked for. Go where giving of your talents and abilities feeds your soul and energizes you. If something or someone drains you, step back from it. Allow them their free will. As much as you would like to help everyone, not everyone wants it or is ready for it. Flow where positive energy takes you, and stand back with love and neutrality to those who are on other timelines and other paradigms. We give you this message so that you may continue to love yourself and expand yourself without the hindrance of worry for what you cannot control or fix. All is playing out as it should be. You are all finding your path, your people, your tribes, your callings, and flowing with the infinite love of the Creator, right where your souls have decided to be. Even those who seem lost and fearful are at the point in the process of soul development that is part of their own evolution. We love you, and we are available for support and assistance at this momentous time on earth should you call upon us. We are Ananda, in connection with Yeshua, and in the frequency of bliss, as our name would indicate. Amen and amen. Thank you, Ananda. So after this message, I pulled a card to see if there was any further clarity about this message. And I pulled a card that's quite long, so I'll read the most applicable part of it. This is from the Medicine Heart Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. It's card number 13, which is the number of the goddess. That is my birthday, and this card is called Taboo. It says, your authenticity may require that you purposefully disengage from societal convention and the various belief systems of mass consciousness. Create space between you and that which would constrain rather than inspire and motivate your soul to realize and express its truth. Spiritual maturity drives the soul to liberate itself from socially mandated moralities in order to seek and live by heartfelt integrity. Only a soul willing to journey beyond the societal pressure to conform becomes able to experience the sacred and understand the spiritual laws that govern its preservation. Such a soul can then nourish society with its wisdom, something that cannot occur if the soul is hampered by fearful compulsion and adherence to imposed belief systems. There is a great source of spiritual power available to humanity. Access to such potency requires willingness to abandon herd mentality, trust that the heart will live in alignment with deeper values of the soul and the spiritual laws of the universe. Do not allow fear to confuse or distract you from your soul path. Taboo derives from the Polynesian word tapu. In Tonga, it refers to that which is simultaneously forbidden or cursed and inviolable and filled with sacred power. In Tahiti, tapu is that which is restricted and sacred, and also an oath. In Maori culture of New Zealand, it denotes that which is prohibited under ritual restriction. In Hawaii, the term kapu describes that which is sacred and holy, and also prohibited. The original meanings of the word reveal a deeply embedded cultural understanding of the necessity to uphold recognition and respect for the sacred. It is demarcated from the regular activities of society. It is guarded, protected, revered. In increasingly secularized societies where connection to the sacred is not socially codified and is readily dismissed as baseless superstition, the initiate has to summon the wisdom and strength to seek, uncover, and honor their own sense of the sacred. They must restore that essential divine nutrient to the soul and have the courage to stand upon their own spiritual ground, even though their peers and loved ones may not understand what they are doing or why they are doing it. To see something that many others do not see, to value that perception and act upon it, requires courage of conviction. It may involve a prolonged testing period that challenges the soul not to cave to self-doubt in the absence of external validation. The heroic-hearted initiate senses the illusion of safety, comfort, ease, and conditional happiness that accompanies the choice to live within the confines of the society within which one has been raised. Moving within the consciousness of the masses may initially appear to keep a soul in a relatively safe and steady middle ground. Life may seem easier when one doesn't rock the boat, so to speak. Yet, the initiate cannot help but feel spiritually inspired to venture beyond that known world. Even though there will be tests and challenges to confront, and a need for courage, there is a sacred primal need on the shamanic soul path to outgrow convention, to overcome the fear that bonds one to externally driven value systems, to let the soul expand and breathe more freely, touching into the far fiercer, kinder, wiser, and more vitalizing powers of the expansive spiritual dimensions. The shamanic soul yearns for expansion and depth beyond safety, sanctioned society. This yearning is to become the fullness of one's own being in expression. This is the inner spiritual imperative. The process is arduous, yet to avoid the call and settle into consensus reality results in far greater suffering, a slow suffocation of the spirit, and descent into despair. When the soul is willing and the preparation is sufficient, there is a dawning, recognition, and the confines that once felt safe will become the confines that suffocate the life that needs to be lived. The soul must break free, face the peril, become wise, and become what it was born to be. This oracle speaks of a time when you must have the courage to move beyond where society is at, leaning into a deeper knowing housed within your heart. Your guardianship of the sacred in your life is an expression of spiritual respect and reverence, which generates far-reaching benefit for humanity and our planet. So what I think this card is basically reiterating from the message from Ananda is that we need to move beyond those who are in a different state of consciousness and continue to expand, despite whether we get validated by it or whether people are accepting of what we're putting out into the world. That all that stuff just doesn't matter. It just matters that we are in our own authentic vibration and that we're expanding and developing our own authentic gifts. So the last thing I wanted to share was a synchronicity I had this week. I had a couple friends ask me if I believed in hell, and my answer is that people create their own hell with their own state of mind, choices, beliefs, perceptions, and frequency. I explain that you can have two people sitting in the same room together, and one person can be in a sort of hell and fear, and the other person can be in a state of bliss and peace. The next morning after I had this interaction, my husband, Michael, said the exact same concept in almost the same wording. So it does feel like that concept is a true one after getting that synchronicity. So let us be aware of the frequency that we're choosing and remember that we are the master of our own ship, as Ananda said. If you'd like to contact me for a session, a reading, your own personal channeled message, or some energy work, please go to Red Mountain Shaman for my info, and texting me is the best way to set up a free 10-minute phone consultation. If you'd like to support this channel, you can also just click like, subscribe, and the notification bell to be alerted to my weekly videos. If you feel called to donate, you can do so through our PayPal account at michaelgaryn@hotmail.com. Have a great week, and we'll make a new video for you soon. Take care.